Hi guys, good evening. Yes, good evening guys. Can you hear me? Hello.
Good evening, sir. I can hear you well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys.
Good evening,
Thank
sir.
you for your response.
Good evening.
Yeah, we'll start
Good evening,
session.
sir.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll start session. So previous class, yes, just the introduction discussed. Let us review all the topics here without any confusion from the beginning. We'll see all that review. Okay. Yes, we'll start from very basics. Before going to Java, there are some basics. All that basics I'll review it. Half review, we'll enter into Java. Okay. Just first half an hour, I'll review all the topics. Just like a brush up. Just like a brush up. Then we'll move to Java. Okay. See. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Mute all. Okay. I'll do it. Okay, done. Yes, we'll start session. Okay. Yes. See here, I'm starting from very basics. Before going to Java, there are some basics here. We'll discuss all that basics. After that, we'll go to Java here. Okay. Yes, let us review all the topics what we discussed till now here. We'll review. Okay. Just half an hour enough to review all the topics. Okay. Yes. See here from basics. See computer where. Computer where. Yes, computer where basically two categories. First one, yes, there's a hardware. Next, second one, software. Yes, even beginner also should understand my class. Fresher who don't have the IT background, that guy also can understand. That's the reason I'm starting from very basics. Okay. Yes, let me give overview on all that basics. After that, we'll go to Java. So hardware, next software. Okay. Hardware, these are just the physical components of a computer. Hardware, these are physical components of a computer. Guess we can touch all the parts. But this is not our part. Our part is software. So let us move to software. So what is software here? So what is a software? So what is a software? Okay. So let us see about software. What is software? So what is software? Yes, our topic is software. Yes, our topic is software. Okay. Yes. Yes. What is software? See computerware. Yes, just review on all this. Computer basically hardware and software here. What is software? Software. Yes, in software, yes, everything is program. All are programs. Software, it is a collection of programs. It's a collection. Yes, it's a collection. It's a collection of programs. It's a collection of programs. It's a collection of programs like it's a collection of programs like C, yes, C++, maybe Java, yes, maybe Python, okay, yes, maybe Hadoop, yes, something like this. All that programs. Okay. Yes, let us review all the basics. After reviewing basics, we'll go to Java here. Okay. Yes, no hurry on that. Yes, I'll go slowly. Yes, easy to understand. Yes, software is a collection of programs like C, C++, Java, Python, Hadoop, and so on like this. Next, in software, basically two categories. This is software, system software, system software. Next, second one, application software, system software, next application software, system software, next application software, system software. Yeah, this one interacts, system software, yes, interacts with hardware components. System software, it interacts with hardware components. System software interacts with hardware components. System software, yes, it interacts. Yes, it interacts. It interacts with the hardware components. Interacts with hardware components. Interacts with hardware components. Interacts with hardware components. Okay. Yes, like example for this examples here, device, device drivers, and operating systems. And operating systems comes under this category here. Operating systems. system software. This one interacts with hardware components, device drivers and operations. This is not our part. Our part is application software. Yes, seems yes. See this here. Yes, in software basically two categories. First one system software. Second one application software. System software. This one interacts with the hardware components. Yes, application software. So what is application software? This is our topic here actually. Java comes under application software. So let us move to application software. Let us move to application software. So what is application software? Application software. This is for the purpose of application. For the purpose of application development. For the purpose of application development. Application development. For the purpose of application development. This is for the purpose of application development. Okay. Yes, applications, apps, something like suppose Facebook is application. Facebook is an application. Suppose Gmail is an application. Yes, suppose Flipkart is an application. Flipkart is an application. Suppose websites. Suppose our company websites. Like any company website, it's application here. Okay. Suppose on Amazon online services, all the applications. Okay. So how to tell this? For this, some application software required. Yes, application software examples: Java. Okay. Yes, C language. Yes, maybe Python. Okay. Yes, maybe databases. Yes, all the application softwares here. Suppose maybe Hadoop. Yes, maybe some ERPs, like some ERP, like SAP ERP, Oracle ERP, all that application softwares. All these are application softwares. Oh, correct? Yes, all these are application softwares. All their application softwares. Okay. So these are for the purpose of application development. Okay, apps, they are apps, right? Java, C, Python, and all these application softwares. All these are application softwares. Right, okay. Now Java comes under application software. Java is a application software. Okay, right? Yes, in application software, yes, just I'm reviewing all. First half an hour, I will review all the topics. After that, I'll go to, yes, I'll continue our action topic. Okay. So application software, yes, needs basically two categories. Application software. Yes, first one, this is a front end. Second one, back end. Front end, back end. This is a front end, back end here. Application software. This is a front end, back end. So what is front end? What is back end here? Front end. What is front end? Front end, yes, it interacts with the end users. End users. Yes, back end is to store data. Front end interact with the end users. For example, here, registration form. See this registration form, right? Registration form. Yes, maybe registration form. Suppose registering some ID, maybe Gmail ID registering, Facebook ID registering. Suppose your college, your website, your college, your ID registering here. Maybe in your company. Okay, some ID registering here. When ID registering, this registration form, right? Registration form. 1 second. Let me show that. Registration form. Suppose registration form. Registering some ID. For example, here something like first name. Yes, your first name. Yes, your first name. Yes. Yes, maybe first name, next last name, something like this. First name, last name here. Yes, name maybe. Yes, birth date. Your birth date. Okay. Yes, your birth date. Yes, next step. Yes, what is preferred ID here? What is the preferred ID you want here? Preferred ID. Okay, preferred ID. Next, password. Next, password. What's the preferred password you want here? Password. Okay, next, retype password. Retype passwords, retype passwords, like this, all this information here. Okay, maybe your, yes, your contact number, your contact, yes, contact details. Okay, next your address. Okay, address. Yes, next maybe your zip code, something like this. Your zip code, something like this. So all this data. At the end, this submit button, right? Submit button. Yeah, this form is called front end. So first name something, last name something, birth date something here, preferred ID something, password something here. retype passwords. Next contacts. Yes, address something, zip code something. Filling, right? After filling, submit. Once submitted here, all this data, yes, all this data goes to some location. All this data, whatever data filling, right? All this data go to some location, storing at some location. All the data storing at some location, right? All this data storing at some location. Okay, storing at some location. That location is a backend. Yes, nothing but some database. So this is backend, this is front end here. Okay, so the first name and last name, all this, the registration form. So this all that is a form, right? So this is form here. This form is it's a front end. This is called a front end. This is back end. So back end is to store the data here. Front end is to collect data from end user here. Submit, submit. Yes. User inputs. Yes. End user. Yes. We are the end users for the Facebook application. Next, maybe end user for our college site like this. End user. Yes, we are providing this information, right? Just we are providing this information. End user providing this information. 1 second. Yes, end user inputs, right? End user inputs. Okay. After input here, submit. Once submitted, these data simply carry to some location here and storing at some location. Okay. This location is called as backend. This location is called as backend here. Okay, backend, storage, backend. So front end is to collect data from users. Yes, backend is to store the data. Backend is to store the data. Okay, right? Okay. Yes, backend is store data, right? Okay. So front end it interacts with end users. For example, registration form, right? Example registration form. So example registration form. This is comes on the front end registration form, right? Okay. Yes, it collects front end. It collects data from users, collecting data from users and stores in the backend here. Stores into backend. Stores in the backend, right? Stores in the backend. Okay, right? Yes. Now, what is backend exactly? Let us go to backend. Front end, okay, fine. Next, what is backend here? So, what is backend here? So, backend. Yes, this is to store and maintain data. So, backend is to store and maintain data. Maintain data. That's it here. Backend to store and maintain data. Backend is to store and maintain data. So, front end interacts with the end users. Backend to store and maintain data. To store and maintain data. Okay, right? For example, here, databases and files. Databases and files comes on this category here. Databases and files comes in this category here. Databases, maybe Oracle database, maybe MySQL database, Microsoft SQL Server. Next to files like maybe Windows file system, Linux file system, or HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system, Hadoop HDFS, HDFS to store big data. Okay, database servers like Oracle database server, Microsoft SQL Server like this. Files like Hadoop distributed file system to store big data. So they are backends. Okay. Next, Java comes on the front end here. Java comes on the front end. Front end. So next, let us move to front end here. Front end. So front end is basically two categories. Front end basically two categories. Front end basically two categories. First one here, languages. Second one, packages, language and packages. Okay, front end basically two categories. Languages and packages. Right, okay, so what is language? What is package here? Language. Yes, language package here. First, let us see packages. This package. So what is package? Package. Yes, it is a ready-made one. It is a ready-made one. Ready-made one and ready to use. For example, here MS Office, it's a package. This is package. File, yes, different options. Right? Insert, different options. Home, different options. Design, layout like this. There are different options, right? By using these options, we can prepare documents. Just you can prepare by using all the options, you can prepare documents. No programming, nothing here. Here programming is not necessary. Okay, ready-made one, ready to use. Okay, no programming. This is here, no programming here. Directly you can use. Okay, yes, it's very easy to use. So it is a user friendly here. It is very easy to use, okay, right? Yes, examples. For this example, MS Office. MS Office is best example for the package. MS Office. MS Office. Suppose for example, get Tally ERP. Tally ERP. Yeah, they're the ready-made one. Tally ERP. There are some forms. Fill the form, submit. Maybe create form, David form like this. Tally ERP. Ready-made one. Ready to use. No programming, nothing here. Those are called as packages. Packages. Next, languages. Now, this is our topic, languages. Languages. So what is language? First of all, what is Java comes on languages here. Java is language. What is language? See, daily we are speaking many languages. Daily speaking many languages, right? Why is speaking? Communication purpose. Just it's a communication purpose, right? So language, yes, it is a media of communication. It is a media, just it's a yes, media of communication, media of communication, yes, between media of communication between two things. Media of communication between two things, right? Yes, language. It's a media of communication between two things. Okay. Yes, two living things. Sorry, two living things. Living things. Maybe two human beings or two animals or two trees, something like this. Every living thing has its own language. Just it's a media of communication between two things. Between two things. Next, when come to software here, languages. Basically two categories. That means like we are understanding some language, next system understanding some other language. We are understanding some language, system understanding language. Okay, system understandable language called as low level language. It's a 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 low level language. System understandable. It's a low level language. Low level language. Right? Okay. So it is a low level language. Yes. 1 second. It is a system understandable. System understandable. System understandable language. It's a system understandable language here. It's a system understandable language. System understandable language. Yes, it is in the form of binary code here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is in the form of. It is in the. Yes, in the. Yes, in the form of binary code. In the form of binary code. In the form of binary codes. Okay, binary codes like zeros ones here. Binary code like zeros ones like this. It's a binary code. Binary code. Low level language. Yes, it is a system understandable language. It is a system understandable language. Okay. System is a processor. It's a processor understandable language here. It is in the form of binary code. Okay. So processor. Yes, it is a processor. Processor understandable language. Understandable. Processor understandable. Processor understandable. Understandable language. Processor understandable language. Processor understandable language. Processor understandable language. So it is called as machine language here. Yes, it is called as machine language. It is called as machine language. It's a machine language. It's a machine language called as machine language. That's it. So this is about low level language. Second one here, yes, high level language. High level language. Yes, high level language. Yes, high level languages. Low level and high level languages. So low level system understandable, okay. High level language, these are user understandable language. These are yes, understandable, user understandable languages. User understandable language. Okay, so these are like English language. These are like a English language. Yes, English language easy to understand. They are like English language. High level language, user understandable languages. So like English language. Okay, very easy to understand here. Very easy to understand. Very easy to understand. Right, okay. So very easy to understand here. Very easy to understand this. So low level and high level language. Okay, right? Yes, high level language like C, C++, Java, Python, all these things comes on high level language. Okay, low level language is machine language. It's a system understandable language. Okay, it's not easy. But high level language like English language, very easy to understand. Very easy to understand. Okay, right? Next, one more thing here. In this language here, there are some generation of language. Generation. Yes, generation of languages. Generation of language. Yes, how many generation of language? Totally 4 generation of language. 4 generations here. First L. First generation of languages. Yes, calling it GL. Calling it GL. Calling it GL. First L. First L. Yes, it's a machine language. It's a machine language. First L. It's a machine language. It's a machine language. First generation of language. Machine language. Okay. Yes, it is in the form of zeros, ones, binary codes. It's a binary code. This is binary code. Binary code like zeros, ones like this, ones format. Okay, right? Next, second GL. Second GL. This is assembly language. This is assembly language here. Assembly language. Assembly language. Okay, right? Yes, these two are low level language. First and second generation. First and second generation here. These two are low level language. These are system understandable language. Next, third generation here. Third GL. Third GL. Third GL. Third GL. Here, these are procedure. Yes, procedure oriented languages. Procedure oriented languages. Procedure oriented language like C. Sorry, not C. Procedure oriented language like Pascal. Pascal, very old language, Pascal. Next, basic. Pascal basic. Fortran. Yes, Fortran. Fortran. Yes. Third GL. These are procedure oriented language like Pascal, basic, Fortran. Okay. Pascal, basic, Fortran. Yes. Next, Python. 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 Next, AutoCAD, Lisp. AutoCAD, Lisp. All these are procedure oriented languages. All these are procedure oriented languages. Okay. All these are procedure oriented languages. Right? Okay. What is procedure? We'll discuss. Wait. Okay. In next minute, I'll explain this. Okay. So third generation. Next, fourth GL. In fourth GL here, there are different languages like functional oriented languages, functional oriented languages. Okay, functional oriented languages here. Next, object oriented languages. Object oriented languages. Okay, so functional oriented languages. Next, functional oriented languages, object oriented languages. Next, object based languages, object based language. Okay, right? Next, apart from this, purely object oriented, purely okay, yes, purely object oriented languages, Okay, let us see one by one here. See, procedure oriented language like Pascal, basic, Fortran, Python, all this here. Functional oriented. Okay, functional oriented languages. These are like C language. C is a functional oriented. Python also functional oriented. C and Python both are functional oriented. Okay, right? Yes, what is function? What is pressure? Both are similar here. Function, pressure, both are similar. We'll discuss next. Wait. Okay. So next, object oriented. Oops. Yes, object oriented programming languages. Programming language. Okay, object oriented programming language here. Object oriented programming. Oops. The two languages. These are like C++, Python. Okay, next. Java, yes, .NET C hash, Next, Scala, using for data processing. Hadoop related. This Scala is a Hadoop related language here. Okay, Scala is a language for the Spark framework. Big data processing. Scala using for big data processing. Next step. So, okay, object oriented. Next, purely object oriented. These examples are Python. Python is a purely object oriented. Next, Scala is also purely object oriented. Yes, I'll explain one by one all of these things here. Functional oriented, pressure oriented. See, pressure oriented. Suppose here, if any task, all the tasks, by the procedure. If task is handling by the procedure, that language is called procedure-oriented language. See, in Pascal, basic, Fortran, in all this Python, in this language here, every task by the procedure. That's the reason called procedure-oriented. Suppose when come to C language here, in C language, every task by the function. Okay, that's the reason functional-oriented. See, when come to Python, in Python we can write procedures plus functions, both we can write. In Python we can write procedures and functions. So Python is a procedure-oriented as well as functional-oriented. Right, okay. Yes, procedure function. What's the difference here? Procedure, procedure and function. Procedure and function. Procedure and function. What's the difference between these two? Procedure and function here. What's the difference between these two? Procedure and function. What's the difference here? Procedure and function. What's the difference between these two here? See, suppose, for example, suppose X starting ending. X starting ending here. Starting ending is some statements. First statements. Next statements. Okay. Next statements. Okay. Next statements. Yes. Next statements. Writing some statements like this. Yes. Procedure function looks like same. Procedure function both are looks like same here. Procedure and function. Procedure and function both are set of statements. Like the set of statements. Procedure and function both are set of statements. The difference is here. The difference, both are similar, but some difference. The difference is here. See, this is procedure. Next case, same X. At the end, they say return value, return some 10. Yes. Second one called as function here. Function. First one is procedure. Okay. First one procedure. Second one function. Okay. First one procedure. Second one function. What's the difference? Procedure, function. What's the difference here? Procedure, function both are similar. Procedure and function both are similar. The difference is here. Procedure does not return a value. Function returns a value. Just if it is returning value, it's a function. No return value, it's a procedure. That's it here. Okay. So third generation, all are procedure-oriented language. That means in third generation of language here, every task by the procedure, every task by the procedure. That's the reason called as the procedure-oriented language. Okay. In fourth generation here, functional-oriented language. For example, C language. In C language, every task by the function. That's the reason called as functional-oriented language. Okay. When come to Python here, in Python we can write both procedures we can write and functions also we can write. Procedures and functions both you can write here. Suppose C language only functions, we can't write procedures. Next, object-oriented programming language. Yes, in this task is handling by the objects. Task. If task by the objects, that is called object-oriented. Okay. See here, if task by the function, functional-oriented. Suppose task by the objects, that is object-oriented. Okay. So this comes under actually OOPS concept. OOPS. It's a concept. That concept providing some features like encapsulation, data abstraction, method overloading, inheritance, polymorphism. Those are OOPS features. Any language which is supporting all the features, it's a OOPS language. OOPS language. C++ supports all the OOPS features. Python supports all the OOPS features. Java supports. .NET C#. Next, Scala. Scala is the language using with Spark and Hadoop frameworks for data processing. Now these all are object-oriented programming languages. Okay, in this, yeah, these are OOPS. These language supports OOPS features. That's the reason called as object-oriented programming language. These things. Okay, exactly what is OOPS? We'll see next page. What is OOPS? We'll see next page. Okay, yes. Next, purely object-oriented. Python and Scala is a purely object-oriented. What is purely object-oriented? Purely object-oriented means everything is objects. Purely object-oriented means everything is object here. Everything is objects. Okay. Yes, everything is object here. Everything is object means, suppose C language, int a equal to, it's integer, right? Okay. Suppose float b equal to some 20.5, something like this. Now it's integer data, float data. Okay. So like a variable a in this data 10, variable b like a 20.5. Yes, variable b its value 20.5. Then come to purely object-oriented programming language. Yes. Now this data storing like object formats. Even basic types like integer, float, character, double these. Even basic types also storing like objects. Okay. See in object-oriented programming language, integer storing like integer type only here. Float storing like a float here. Okay, but in purely object-oriented, integer storing like integer objects. Float is storing like a float object here. Everything is objects. Okay, in Python, Scala, everything is object. No basic data types. No basic data types like int, float like this. There, everything is objects. Everything is object. Since everything is object here, everything is objects. Everything is object. That is called object. Purely object oriented here. Purely object oriented. Next, objects is object oriented. In this objects are the basic type. Both we can use here. See in object oriented programming language here. Object as a basic both here. Just in actual topic we'll discuss. This is not right time to explain very clearly here. Next we'll discuss. Okay. Next one more here. This is object based language. This is object based language. In fourth generation, this is object based language. Object based language JavaScript. JavaScript. Object based language. See object oriented programming language and object based language both are similar. Groups language. Object oriented programming, yes, object oriented programming language and object based both are similar here. Both are same features, both are having same features except inheritance here. Except inheritance. See, object-based language does not support inheritance. Object-based language, yes, does not support inheritance. Except this, all are same here. Inheritance. Okay, except inheritance. See, in object-oriented programming language, here you can write classes, objects here. In object-based also, we can write classes and objects both here. Both cases, both available here. Defining classes. Yes, we can define classes in both cases. Next, we can create objects both cases. But inheritance. But object-based language, inheritance cannot. Okay. Yes, inheritance cannot here. Okay, right? Yes, inheritance cannot be achieved. No inheritance. Okay, no inheritance here. Except inheritance, everything same. Okay. Object-based language example, JavaScript. In JavaScript, we can define classes. Okay. Next, we can create objects like a Java, but it's not object oriented because does not support inheritance. Object means like a record. Object is like a record. Okay. Preparing record format is nothing but objects. Object is a collection of data. Suppose employee information here. Suppose employee ID, suppose 1001. Suppose name, some ABC. Suppose job, suppose manager. Salary, suppose some 50,000. Okay. Yes, next department, maybe admin department. Yes, suppose yes, age maybe some 35. Yes, maybe gender male. This whole thing, this data storing at some location, that is nothing but objects. Okay, object format is like this. Object storing like a data storing in a box, some box. Okay, if data storing like a box, that is called object here. Object is like a box. What is box here? So once a box closed, no one can see the data, right? Like a box. Object is like a box. Once a box closed, no one sees the data security. Objects. Yes, main purpose of object orientation is to achieve data security. Once object is created for all this data, yes, we'll create an object. Okay, then storing data into object here. Once data stored into object here, no one can see data inside of that. Data security. That is nothing but object. Object is nothing but it's a record. Object means which contains some complete records. First field, next field, next field, next field, next field like this. This whole thing is inside of one box here. This whole thing is inside the box here. something like that. Yes, when creating object here, when object is created here, it will create one box like this, like a box. Okay, like a box, inside a box, data. So once data stored inside the box here, yes, no one can see the data. So once data stored inside the box, okay, packed in box, right? Packed in box means nothing but objects. Packing your data. Packing your data is nothing but objects. Okay, so once data packed here, no one can access. It's a secure. That is kind of object here. So object contains data here. Object contains data. Okay, exactly what is object we'll see next. Wait, we'll see next. Okay, so if everything is like a object format, okay, if task is by the object, that is called object oriented. Suppose everything is object means everything is objects. Everything is object. That is called purely object oriented. Okay. Yes, going forward will be understanding. It's a beginning. At the beginning, maybe little bit confusion here. At the beginning, little bit confusion. Going forward, you can understand here. Going forward, you can understand. Okay. Yes. In fourth generation, functional oriented languages. Sorry. Yeah. Right. Functional oriented languages. Object oriented. Next, object based and purely object oriented. Different kind of things like this. Java comes from this category, object-oriented programming language. So what is Java? Java is a object-oriented programming language. That's it. Okay. Suppose in case of Python, see the Python. Yes, in procedure-oriented language. In Python, we can write procedures. In Python, we can write functions. In Python, we can create objects here. Okay. Next, in Python, we can make it purely object-oriented also. Python is everything here. Python is everything. Okay. Yes, almost all the features. Python supports almost all features. That is different. Yes. Okay. Right. Yes, these are about generation of language. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. There are four generations like this. Okay. Right. Fine. Now high level language, low level languages. Okay. So every high level language has to convert in low level language. Who will convert this here? High level language converting to low level language. Who will convert it here? Yes, high level language. High level, yes, high level language. High level language to low level language. Low level language. Low level language. High level to low level language here. Low level language. So who will convert here? Yes, either compiler or interpreter. Okay, either interpreter or compiler converts from high level language to low level language. Okay, yes, either yes interpreter or compiler, either interpreter or compiler, either interpreter or compiler converts high level language. Means high level language like English language, right? That English language, maybe Java program, maybe C program, or C++, maybe HTML. That looks like English language. That English language. Who will convert it here? Either interpreter or compiler converts high level language into low level language here. Low level language. Right? Either interpreter or compiler converts into low level languages. Right? Yes. Compile interpreter. What is compile interpreter? Yes, let us review that topic also. So what is interpreter and compiler? Okay. Yes, interpreter. Yes, interpreter. Yes, interpreter versus compiler. Interpreter versus compiler. So what is interpreter? What is compiler? Interpreter versus compiler. Interpreter versus compiler. So what is interpreter? What is compiler? Let us see. Yes, previous class we have discussed. Yes, let me open the documents. Yes, again, now this may be wasting of time. Java, your batch 8 p.m. Yes. See, interpreter and compiler. Yes, interpreter versus compiler. Interpreter. See, interpreter. Suppose they program statements, set of statements, source codes. So, interpreter checking first line. If line correct, immediately converts into binary codes given to processor generating output. Next, checking second line. Second line also correct, converts into binary codes and generating output. Suppose something wrong here, stops. Line by line. So interpreter checking your code line by line and giving output line by line, checking and outputs, checking and generating output line by line. This line by line. Any error comes, simply stops. Any error, stops. Yes, if it is compiler, what happens? In case of compiler here, yes, there is a source code test.c. So compiler checking first statement, second statement here. Suppose something wrong here, something wrong. Suppose something wrong here, some error here, error message. Yes, it shows error here. Error in source line here. Next statement, next statement. Suppose something wrong here, then shows error message here. Okay, like this, top to bottom. So compiler checks the program from top to bottom and shows all the errors. See, in case of interpreter, what happened here? First statement is correct, immediately converts into binary code and giving outputs. Second statement correct, immediately converts into binary code and giving outputs. But in case of compiler here, first statement checking, suppose no error, no, it won't convert immediately. Second statement checking, even correct, it won't convert immediately. Checking for third step, suppose something wrong, error at third line. Next statement, next statement, next statements. Yes, like this, top to bottom. Compiler checking all the statements from top to bottom shows all the errors. Here error is there, even error is there, it goes next statement, next. Here error, go to next, top to bottom. But in case of interpreter, if any error comes, stopping there. Any error, stopping there. Any error, stopping there. But compiler is not like that here. Top to bottom checking here and shows all the errors. Shows all the errors. Okay. Next, correct all the errors. Correct all the errors. Correct all the errors. After correcting all the errors here, okay, if no errors, then compile opens another file here. Okay, our complete data, this whole data converts into binary code. All this data means like all these statements, higher language program, maybe C program or C++ something like this. Complete code. This complete code, whole code top to bottom. So top to bottom, whole this code top to bottom converts into binary code and write to another file. This file is called exe file. So what happens here? Compiler generates exe file. If no errors in the program, generating exe file here, that exe file given to processor. So at a time executing and giving outputs. So at a time, complete code submitting at a time as exe file. Complete code submitting as exe file at a time. So at a time execution giving output at a time. Okay, right? So this is interpreter and compiler. Yes, in case of interpreter, yes, line by line executing. There is no second file. Direct your source code executes. No exe file. But when come to compiler here, yes, your source code first of all converts in exe file with generating exe file. So this is main difference here. Exe file generating and that exe file given to processor, then finally giving output, right? Okay. So compiler generating exe file, executable file. Okay. But interpreter does not generate exe file. Okay, right? Yes, difference between interpreter compiler. Interpreter and compiler. Okay. So interpreter checking line by line, compiler checks whole program at a time. Next, interpreter output line by line here is compiler output at a time. At a time, yes, at a time as it is executing whole program at a time as exe file. So as the exe file, whole code executing as exe file in single shot, completed at a time giving, but this line by line here. Next, interpreter shows only one error. Compiler shows all the errors. Okay. Interpreter, any error comes, stops. Interpreter, any error comes, stops. That's the reason only error. But compiler, it won't stop. It checks for all the statements from top to bottom. Compiler checks all the statements from top to bottom and shows all the errors. Right? Okay. Next, here, interpreter does not generate exe file. Compiler generates exe file. Compiler generating exe file. Exe file. So this is main difference. Main difference between interpreter and compiler. Interpreter, it won't generate exe file. Compiler generating exe file. Compiler generates exe file. Fine. Yes, next here, interpreter. Source code executes directly. Directly source code means your program. Suppose HTML codes, you download, for example, HTML code that will run directly. No exe file, no checking, nothing. Directly running here. Directly running. Some statement correct, giving output. Next statement correct, giving output. Next correct, giving output. Something wrong, stops. That's it. Okay. So it won't check. Yes. There is no prior checking. No prior checking. Directly running program. Direct script will run here. Okay, maybe Python script. First line correct, giving output. Second line correct, giving output. Third line correct, giving output. Fourth line wrong, stops. That's it. No prior checking. But in case of compiler, first of all checking from top to bottom. If no errors, generating exe file. After that, then execution starts. That's the difference. Okay. Yes, here all scripting language comes under interpreter based language. All scripting languages are interpreter based language. All scripting languages are interpreter based language. Next, all program languages are compiler based. Scripting language and program language. Yes, all scripting languages are interpreter based languages. All programming languages are compiler based. Next, what is Java? Is it interpreter or compiler? What is Java here? So what is Java? So Java depends on both here. What is Java exactly here? Java. So what is Java? The question is Java. What is Java? Java depends on both. Java, yes, depends on both. Depends on both. Both, yes, compiler as well as interpreter. Compiler, yes, compiler as well as interpreter. Compiler as well as interpreter here. Compiler, interpreter, both here. Java depends on both here. Java depends on both. Yes, compiler as well as interpreter here. Okay, 1 second. Yes, let me open actual documents. Actual documents, your class type. This document I'll be sharing with you. These documents. Yeah, this is actual documents. Yes, in actual documents, I think this is fine here. Java depends on, yes, both compiler as well as interpreter. Okay. See, in Java, what happens here? Java. Yes, in Java, errors checking by the compiler. Errors checking by the compiler. Errors checking by the compiler. Okay, right? In Java, errors checking by the compiler. Right? Okay. Yes, if no errors, yes, if no errors, Java compiler generates dot class file. Yes, if no errors, then Java compiler, if no errors, then yes, Java compiler generates dot class file. So what is dot class file? So dot class file is a bytecode file. It's a bytecode file. So first, Java compiler generates bytecode. Here. See, first of all, source code given to Java compiler. Java means Java compiler. Yes, it's a compiler. Java compiler. Right? Yes, source code given to Java compiler. Result is dot class file. This means bytecode file. It's a bytecode file. Okay. Source code means it's a dot Java. Source code is a dot Java file. Okay. Dot Java. Yes. This dot Java file given to Java compiler, checking for all the errors here. If no error, generating bytecode file. Bytecode file is nothing but a dot class file. It's a dot class file. Dot class file generates. After generating it, this dot class file given to interpreter, Java interpreter. Okay. See, Java interpreter. Okay. Java interpreter. That bytecode file is given to Java interpreter. Now Java interpreter, yes, Java interpreter, yes, converts bytecode to binary code. Converts bytecode to, 1 second. Bytecode to, yes, Java interpreter converts bytecode to binary codes and links with OS library. It's a part of JVM. OS library. Finally generating output here. Output. That's it here. Finally getting output. Giving output. That's it here. So that is step by step in this. So Java source code, yes, given to compiler. Java compiler generating bytecode from nothing but dot class file. So what is bytecode? I'll explain. Wait. What is bytecode? I'll explain here. Yes, between source codes. Okay. So source code to see source codes. Yes, source code to, yes, bytecode, yes, bytecode to, bytecode to, bytecode to binary code, binary code, binary code, binary code. Okay, right? Source code to bytecode to binary code. Okay, there's the intermediate code. In Java, there's the intermediate code. Okay, yes. No, Java compiler never generating exe file. No exe file concept in Java. No exe file. Everything is dot class file. Okay, everything is dot class. Source code conversion to bytecode. Bytecode file is not exe file. Yes, simply it's a Java program code. No OS library, nothing here. So just source code, first of all, converts into bytecode to binary code. Binary code. That binary code given to processor, 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 given to processor, processor, yes, generating output finally here, output, finally getting outputs. That's outputs. Okay, right? So source code to bytecode. This is by the compiler. Yes, source code to bytecode. So this is by the compiler. Compiler will do that. Compiler by the compiler. Next, bytecode to binary codes. Bytecode to binary codes. Byte to byte. Just 1 second. What's happening? Bytecode to binary codes. Yes, bytecode to binary codes. This is by the interpreter. By the interpreter here. Interpreter will do that. Okay. So Java depends on both here. Okay. So errors taken by the compiler, but execution by the interpreter. Okay. Yes. Errors. Yes, in Java, errors taken by the compiler. Okay. If no error, then Java compiler generates dot class file. Okay. So dot class file is a bytecode file. Right. Okay. Yes. Next, runtime. Yes. Java runtime. Java runtime. Runtime by the interpreter. Runtime by the interpreter. Okay, runtime by the interpreter. Runtime by the interpreter. Here. Interpreter. Runtime by the interpreter. So Java depending on both here, compiler as well as interpreter. Compiler on interpreter. Okay, compiler on interpreter. That's it here. So Java errors taken by the compiler. Next, runtime by the interpreter. Okay. So Java runtime is interpreter based. Java runtime is interpreter based. Okay. So Java, yes, Java runtime is a interpreter based. Interpreter based. Okay, interpreter based. Java runtime is interpreter based. See, any language, yes, any language which is interpreter based at runtime, no XFL concepts. Okay. See, any language, yes, any language, runtime is interpreter based, interpreter based, no XFL, no XFL, no XFL concepts, no XFL here, no XFL concept here. So any language runtime is interpreter based, no XFL here. Any language runtime is interpreter based, no XFL. See, for example here, HTML interpreter based, no XFL. Perl scripting, no XFL. JavaScript, no XFL. Python, no XFL. Suppose here Linux shell scripting interpreter based, no XFLs. These cases, no XFLs. C, C++.NET, here's a compiler based is exe file. Compiler based is having exe file, but they're interpreter based. Anyone is interpreter based, no exe file. Okay. Yes, 1 second. I'll explain that also. Okay. Ahmed, I will explain that also. See, all scripting languages are like HTML, they're interpreter based language. Any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file. Yes, guys, try to understand it. Yes, there's a question for you now. There's a question for you. There's a question for you. There's a question. See, any language runtime, any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file. Any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file. Okay. Now come to Java. Java runtime is what? Is it compiler or interpreter based? Java runtime. Java runtime. Is it interpreter or compiler here? Java runtime. Just now I explained it. Java runtime. Java runtime, compiler checking for errors. Java runtime, interpreter. Just now explained, right? It's interpreter. Java runtime is interpreter based. Okay. So Java runtime is interpreter based. Okay. Now can we create exe file in Java? Is there an exe file concept in Java here? See, any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file. Any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file. Java runtime is a interpreter based. So can we create exe file in Java here? Yes. Is there an exe file concept in Java? Java runtime is interpreter based. See, any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file. Try to understand this point. Any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file. Java runtime is interpreter based. So any exe file concept in Java now? Java runtime is interpreter based. So any exe file concept in Java? Hello? You understand my point? What I'm saying here? Java runtime is interpreter based. Since it's interpreter based, any exe file concept? No. Okay. Yes. Since Java runtime is an interpreter based. Okay, interpreter based. So interpreter based. No exe file concept in Java. No exe file concept in Java. No exe file concept in Java. Okay. Yes. Since Java is interpreter based, runtime is interpreter based, no exe file concept in Java. Okay. See, Java compiler generating dot class file. That's okay. Runtime means your program submitting to processor. Runtime means program executing by the processor. That is called runtime. At the time of running your program, runtime means yes, the statement executing by the processor. Your Java program statement executing by the processor, that is called runtime. Runtime means executing by the processor. That is called runtime. Okay. Yes. Since Java runtime is interpreter based, no exe file concept in Java. Okay. Now here your doubt here. Java compiler generating dot class file. It's a compiler. Yes, compiler based means maybe exe file is saying here. Okay, exe file. Okay. I'll explain the topic here. Java compiler generating dot class file. See, when come to C language, in C language also actually generating one object file. That object file linking by the linker generating exe file. In C language, actually linker generates, not compiler. In C language also compiler generates. In C language also compiler checking for all errors. In C language, compiler checking for all errors and generating an object file. That object file linking to OS library generating exe file. Your program object file links to OS library. Once your program linked to OS library, that is called exe file. Linker. In C language, linker creates exe file, not exactly compiler. Okay. So generally here, any compiler base, there are some linkers. But in Java, don't have the linker concept. In Java, there is no linker concept here. In case of linker, there is an interpreter. Interpreter links your Java dot class file to OS. Of linking here, executes and giving output. That's it. Okay. So this is Java. So Java depending on both. Java depends on both compiler as well as interpreter. Yes, in Java errors taken by the compiler. Yes, if no errors, then Java compiler generates dot class file. Okay. So dot class file is a bytecode file. Dot class file is a bytecode file. Okay. So Java runtime is by the interpreter. So compiler, yes, here errors checking by the compiler, execution by the interpreter. Java program execution by the interpreter. That's the reason depending on both here. Depending on both. Source code to bytecode to yes, binary codes, then giving outputs. So here, so Java compiler and Java interpreter both here. Java compiler, Java interpreter here. Java interpreter. Both. So here it's a compiler is there here. Here it's a compiler. One second. Here it's a compiler. So this is compiler part. Next, Java. Yes, it's the interpreter part. Okay, Java C is a Java compiler name. Java is the interpreter name. Simply Java, that name. Okay. Yes. So here compiler parts and interpreter parts. Compiler and interpreter. Compiler interpreter, right? So compile interpret both here. Okay. Source code to bytecode by yes, source code to bytecode to binary code to processor, then finally output. First source code conversion to bytecode conversion to binary code to processor, then generating outputs. Okay. Yes, source code to bytecode by the compiler, bytecode to binary code by the interpreter. Okay, bytecode to binary code by the interpreter. Okay, Java runtime is the interpreter based. Yes, any language runtime is interpreter based. No exe file here, no exe file. Okay, since Java runtime is interpreter based, that means Java program executing by the interpreter. Okay, Java program executing by the interpreter. That's the reason no exe file concept in Java here. Okay, yes, yes. Can we create exe file in Java? No. Answer is no here. Not. Answer is no. No exe file concept in Java. Can we create exe file in Java here? No. Answer is no. We can't create exe file in Java. That's it. That's it. Okay. Yes. So this is about all that basics. Okay. Now starting Java. Introduction to Java. Okay. Yes. Yesterday we have discussed independent platform, portable. Yes, independent platform we have discussed here. Next, other points also we have discussed. Okay. So after these basics are finished, okay, fine. Next, entering to Java. Okay. Yes. So next class will enter. Yes, today may not be finishing this topic here. Yes, next class we should discuss about what is SE, what is W, what is MV. Yes, SE features, enterprise features, MV features, FX, that features one by one here. See SE features, SE features, next enterprise features, next one by one like this. Next, what are the frameworks from Java here? All that frameworks here, Java frameworks. Okay, like Struts framework, Spring framework, Hibernate, AngularJS, Node.js, Node2, Hadoop framework, Spring framework, Ignite framework, like this, all the Java frameworks. See, these are the comes from Java frameworks. Yes, we'll discuss what is purpose of Struts framework and Spring. All the frameworks also I'll explain. Briefly, I will explain what is the purpose of all the frameworks. Okay. Yes, here Harvard syllabus is once again. Harvard syllabus is JTSE. JTSE means after this is after this multi-threading. Okay. After this, yes, AWT outdated concept here. No one using this is applets already. Yes, 2000 year itself these were outdated. 20 years back applets were outdated here. Yes, 20 years. So 2003 AWT was outdated. Yes, our topic this area SE. We are going to discuss about SE. Or complete our syllabus is SE part. Core Java means SE part. Okay. Next, advanced Java means this is Solids and GSP, advanced Java. Next, frameworks. That's the frameworks. That's it. Yes, any doubts, guys? So all that introduction completed. Introduction what? Okay, next Java we should enter. Yes, no doubt. Any doubts? Yes, we'll enter Java on Monday. Yes, because of festival today, somebody not attended. Okay, some more guys have to attend. Okay. Yes, some guys asked me, yes, give leave today, but just worry purpose, not given leave. So Monday, yes, we'll plan this next one here. Java will be entering into Monday, right? Yes, tomorrow no class, Saturday and no class, Monday to Friday classes. So next class on Monday, okay? Yeah, definitely. Just you ask online team. I informed online team already. Okay. Yes, here they are saying that 7,000 rupees. Yes, you can get for 6,000, no problem. Okay, just you ask them. I inform them here. You can get discount, no problem. Okay, you can get it. Okay, just you ask online team, they'll give the discount, no problem, no worry. Right? Yeah. Yes, for everyone just you take discount, no problem. Just 1,000 rupees they are, yes, I inform them to give the discount. Okay, I'm not a commercial. I'm not a commercial, we can give the discount, no problem. Okay, yes. Right? Yes. Anything else? Yes. Unmuted. Anything else? Unmuted all of you guys. Anything else?
No, sir.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'll inform to online team about fee and all. Don't worry.
What
Okay.
about notes?
Class notes, huh? Yeah, this
Yes.
this document I'll be sharing. Whatever we are discussing here, class, everything is it's software, it's a collection of programs like this. What are explaining here every day, it's there in document here. It's there very clearly prepared document. See this. Applications of front end, back end, yes, language packages, okay, yes, low level, high level languages, yes, generation of language, first generation, second and third generation here, yes, procedures and functions, yes, interpreter, compiler, next Java, about this one here, yes, all this is there in document here. Don't worry about notes, okay,
Okay.
don't worry about notes, okay, so don't
Thank you, sir.
worry. It's there in document here. One second. If I'm giving daily class notes, it will take a lot of time, wasting of time. For that, I have prepared notes. Already I have prepared document. I'll share with you. This is around 500 page document. 500 page document. I'll share with you. Yes, whatever topic we are discussing, here, same thing is there in documents. Even single word is not missing. Even single words will not be missing here. Don't worry about it. Okay, even single words will not be missing. Everything is there, including programs. Everything is there. Very good document, excellent documents. Yes, interview point of view, very useful these documents. Okay, everything is in document here. Running notes is not necessary. Okay, suppose if I'm giving running notes means maybe taking more time here. Yes, almost 50% of time we can save without running notes. 50% of time we can save. Here document is there, very clear document. See this. Introduction to Java. See even questions like yes, what is platform? Yes, what is independent platform? What is Java? Next, what is exe file? Java editions like this. All this I have prepared. Java SC features. Yes, everything prepared here. All these things, all of this is prepared here. Okay, difference between C++ and Java like this. Points wise prepared. Java versions here. Okay. Next, how to write the first program. Yes, all this like a spoon feeding. Document is like a spoon feeding. Okay, don't worry. You can follow documents here. Notes is not necessary. Okay, right? Yes, you try to focus on the class. Try to understand the concepts here. Don't write any running notes. It's not necessary. It's there in document clearly. Okay, right? Yeah. Yes, Satish, I'll inform the management. You don't worry. Okay, I'll inform Satish and Vijay. Yes, I'll talk. Don't worry. Okay. Yes, one more thing here. Again, please don't leave. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Yes, already WhatsApp group created. Yes, my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. WhatsApp number. Yes, 8179189123. Okay. So this is WhatsApp number. Please submit your information. Yes, your name. Next WhatsApp course you are attending here. Course. Next WhatsApp time you are attending here. Time. Okay. Next your email ID. Email ID. Yes. Send this information here. Okay. Send this information. I will add to group. Yes, already group created. Yes, your group first one. This is not this. This is Core Java group. Already the group members. Group information. See this. All the group was created. Already. Yes, four to 5 members are there. Yes, already group created. Okay. The 5 members they have given details here. Yes, provide these details. Yes, this is my WhatsApp number. Send this. Okay. Yes, sir. 1 second. See, here WhatsApp number is there. If you want any information, just you inform me. Okay. Yes, just you feel free to talk anything, no problem. Yes, my WhatsApp number, whatever you want you can ask, no problem. Okay, I'm not a commercial. I'm not a commercial. Okay, just ping me in WhatsApp. Okay, I will provide all the facilities. No worry. Don't worry. Okay, right? I'm not a commercial. Okay, I'm not a commercial here. Just ping whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can ask me. Okay, I'll arrange it. Don't worry. Right? Okay. Yes, maybe softwares you want, material you want, any help, any kind of help, I'll help you. Yes, even job assistance also. Freshers, as a freshers, I'll forward your resume also. No worry. Okay. Just take this WhatsApp number, ping me all details here. I will add to group. Then every problem will be solved. Okay, right? Yeah. Yeah. Generally, I'm different from others. Okay, I'm not a commercial, lot of subject, more than expected. More than expected. More than industry. In industry, nobody will give this much of subjects. Okay, definitely I'll give that much of standards here. Yeah, that's all. So let us wind up session for today. So next class will be on Monday. Monday same 8 o'clock, 8 to 9:30 batch every day, 1.5 hour class. Right? Yeah, thank you. Yes. Have a great weekend.